All right, so Chef Dad here again, and again we're going to be cooking a special dish today. This dish is going to be involving chicken. Okay, so this is going to be, I guess, my take on chicken cacciatore, which is, I believe, an Italian dish, but it's basically a pasta or a chicken with different vegetables. All right, so I consider myself Chef Boyardee. So I'm gonna cook a little bit of chicken and healthy chicken today. All right, let's get into it. As usual, we've got some ingredients. Okay, so we've got in this dish we're gonna have some green peppers, some orange peppers. I got some carrots, garlic, of course, red onion, broccoli crowns, and tomato on the vine, and of course, got some pre-cleaned chicken thighs. So you can use breast. I actually love cooking with chicken breast, but I also discovered cooking with chicken thighs can be very good. If you cook it right, the meat can be very tender and very flavorful. So I've got here some boneless, basically skinless chicken thighs. There's a little bit of skin on them. I'm gonna leave that in there. Maybe I'll take it off, or we'll see. I might leave it on for flavor or just some extra hardiness to the meal. Because this is so healthy, it's okay to have a little extra calories. But I've already done a lot of the prep work. Last time we did some prep, it was a pretty easy dish, so I could do the prep right on camera. But this time, I've already done a lot of the prep work. So I've got half an onion, as you can see. I've got half an onion on this plate, about half a green bell pepper, and I've got 2 carrots, okay? On this, I've got some broccoli crowns chopped, and half an orange pepper chopped. Now, depending on how much chicken you're cooking, that's going to determine how much vegetable, or just your personal taste, your personal preference. You can use different vegetables. You can use different amounts, different proportions of vegetables, but this is how I'm going to prepare this dish today, okay? Also, to go along with this, gotta have some seasonings, right? So I'm gonna be putting a little bit of pasta sauce in this, okay? Sometimes I make my own. This time I'm gonna be cheating, and I'm gonna be going with Prego, all right? This is my favorite. This is what I grew up eating with our pastas. Some people may choose ragu. There's other different premium sauces. Go with whatever you like, whatever flavors you like. It suits you. All right. I'm also gonna cheat a little bit, add a little bit of flavor, just because I love salsa. So I'm gonna add a little bit of picante, hot. You could do medium, you can do mild, but I'm gonna be adding that into it as well. Now the thing is, I normally don't like adding things. One, because I just like developing my flavors, but 2, salt, right? Salt is in everything, and if you read the back of most cans or bottles or anything, you'll see that, especially these sauces, in just a couple of teaspoons, tablespoons, or whatever, there's a good amount of salt. So I'm going to use them very sparingly. I'm not going to use too much, maybe a spoonful here and there, and I'll the sauce is going to create itself. I've got a tomato, maybe I'll add another tomato to help with that sauce. So we'll see. All right. Now, guess what I got to do the other day, or yesterday actually? I got to go to the grocery store. All right. And when I did, there was a couple ingredients I was out of. So I've got some parsley flakes. Again, I don't really, like I just mentioned, salt. I don't like to cook with salt. So my substitutes include parsley, basil. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of apple cider vinegar to give it some acidity, maybe a little bit more flavor, help break down some of those flavors, some of those nutrients. And got some pepper, fresh pepper, that I'm going to be crushing like that. I'm trying to decide on level of heat this is going to be for everybody. So not everybody likes to cook with spice like I do. I love cooking with spice. Typically, I'll add some cayenne pepper. Um, Definitely have cooked in the past with crushed red pepper. I haven't had that in a while, but I've got some today. Again, got to be careful. Different people, different taste buds. Um, I think that is all. I think I can get started. I purchased some extra virgin olive oil, which is going to be great. I'm going to start sauteing some of these vegetables first, just to soften them up a little bit. But I typically cook with that over like a regular vegetable oil. I really prefer extra virgin olive oil and or sesame oil, some different types of healthy oils. Okay, canola oil, sometimes vegetable oil isn't always the best. I don't always prefer it. All right. All right, so that's all. Again, I got the ingredients prepared. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this into my sauteing pan, cooking everything in one pan. I'm gonna start by sauteing, heating up the oil, sauteing the garlic and onions, peppers, and after that I'll probably throw in the carrots just to get them to soften up a little bit. They take a little while to soften up. Add my broccoli. I'll probably add then, of course, I'm gonna season the chicken and add that. And then I'll add the tomato probably last, and we'll see how that works. I might need an additional tomato just to help with the sauce. Now this dish, again, it can be served with pasta, over rice. It can be served just as is, just a plain dish. You can take a chicken thigh, put it on the plate, get a scoop of vegetables, scoop of sauce, put it on the plate. Side of couscous, whatever grain or starch, whatever you prefer. This is a pretty versatile meal. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started over here on the oven, and then I'll be back. All right. So as you can see, I've begun just sauteing the vegetables. I ended up putting the whatchamacallit, carrots, bell peppers. I put most of the vegetables in, everything except for the broccoli and the tomatoes. Normally, I've noticed that this dish has a lot of color. It's gonna have a lot of color. What I try not to do is maybe put some of the green vegetables or some of the vegetables where the color will cook out until the end, because I love keeping that color. But I went ahead and put the peppers in because I got broccoli. We got tomato, and they're seasoned with the parsley, basil, some pepper. I got some garlic in there. So I'll check back. I'm getting ready to add the chicken, and we'll check back once we're ready. All right. Okay, I'm back. So I actually went to the grocery store really quick, but I've been letting the dish simmer. I added the chicken, added some tomatoes. As you can see, can you see that? Boop boop. There it is. So right now the chicken thighs are just sort of sitting on top. I'm getting ready to mix them up. They're tender, so you can't see it right now, but they break apart. They break apart pretty easily since they're so tender. So I'm gonna let them continue to simmer. It's been on low. I might turn the heat up a little bit. I'm gonna mix the vegetables around. Some of the vegetables are really they were underneath the chicken, just creating that flavor that soaks into the chicken, which I love. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna get this going. Add my broccoli. Let it simmer a little bit more, and then it'll be ready to go. Cook some rice. I think I'm gonna give some rice. Give it to my grandma, and yeah, that's that.